Well, welcome to 2021. I can almost hear the echo resonating around the world. Well, it's about time. I'm happy to say farewell to 2020. These past months have been grueling and uncertain for some, filled with unimaginable human pain that at times was simply overwhelming. My prayers have been constant, and throughout I have placed my faith in three realities that I want to share with you. First of all, that I know Jesus Christ died for my sins. I know that He rose from the grave, and I know He is coming again. So when there were moments that were dark and seemingly dismal and the way was not clear, I have repeated these words of comfort in my own heart: the cross, the tomb, the sky. And I've been able to say to myself, God is steadfast. With unimaginable. There were moments that were dark and seemingly dismal and the way was not clear, I have repeated these words of comfort in my own heart: the cross, the tomb, the sky. And I've been able to say to myself, God is steadfast and He is present. For as long as I can remember, I have always welcomed the new year, loving its unwritten pages and anticipating the impossible, and doing that with faith and courage and with the full knowledge that my God, Jehovah, was going before me. With all that in place, I acknowledge that looking forward today, I do see shadows. I do see promised dates that I'm not certain will come to fruition. The shadows are the ongoing, impactful realities of a pandemic, with all of the fallout that will require the very, very best of us. It will require men and women of faith. The promises that might not be realized according to my agenda is centered around a vaccine, a relief from the number of cases being reported, and some relief from the number of deaths being experienced. And then there is the loss of employment, the damage to our world economy. For Commissioner Rosny and myself, it's about anticipating travel and reconnecting with our International Salvation Army as we embrace salvationists around the world. I long for the promise of a new normal. I might not know all the detail, but I want included in that being able to share with my family, being able to worship together with my friends, and the freedom to embrace without reservation all that God has for me, for us, for the Salvation Army in 2021. I do want to be full of faith, and I am being very careful that that faith is well placed. For me, that faith is in a sovereign God who is Alpha and Omega. I've often said any faith that fails in trial or plunges in the midst of things like a pandemic is not the kind of faith that I'm looking for. I want to know that God is with us, and of that I am sure. Hebrews 11 verse 1 says, "Now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see." This verse, in fact, the whole chapter, is a testament to God's impeccable faithfulness to His people. By faith, then, we engage with God a God of the impossible, as we become a part of his story. From my vantage point, despite the challenges, the chaos, the uncertainty, and much doubt, I still stand and I raise my Ebenezer. I pray for the courage of faith that we find in the story of the Israelites, who, when facing their worst enemy, the Philistines, they turned to Samuel and ultimately to God, and God acted on their behalf. The enemy was destroyed. The victory on that occasion was marked by a memorial stone. And in the scriptures, we understand that the stone was named Ebenezer, and it represented a simple truth. So far, the Lord has helped us. I'm very privileged to lead an international Salvation Army, but let it be known that I only rest when I acknowledge that our God, a God who is faithful, a God who acts on our behalf, has the army in his hands. So far, he has helped us, carried us on eagle's wings, sheltered us under the shadow of the Almighty, shielded us by his power, and best of all, assured us that we can be more than conquerors. The only way that we can welcome this new year with confidence is to do so with faith in a God who has proven he is able. My call to mission, a call I believe that God has placed on the Salvation Army, is a call that cascades down to every core and center of ministry. It is a call that reaches out to every soldier and officer, asking us to be ready, prepared, and living out the mission of God in the world, to be engaged, to be active in God's plan with obedient faith, and to take responsibility, never leaving my task for someone else to do. If there was ever a time in history when our world needs the presence and ministry, the love and service of the Salvation Army, it is now. So it's my prayer that in 2021 we will be an army that is out there, not an army confined to barracks by COVID or any other oppression, but that we will be a people mobilized by the Spirit, compelled by love, and battle ready because God is with us. A happy new year is my wish for you, but it comes in the context of challenging difficulties and in some ways in a time when happiness eludes us. But I'm praying for you and those you love, those you seek to serve, that we might know through every challenge the sustaining grace of a mighty God who holds us in the hollow of his hand. So far, the Lord has helped us, and I believe he will be with us in this new year. May God bless you.